I'm gonna sing some bloody goddamn nonsense. I like to sing the nonsense. I really, really have to at some point make a jingle for the weather in the morning. I keep singing that. It's ridiculous. And one of the other things is this, the song that I hum here. It's called the Skyboat song. I'm going to do it now. Bum ba dum bum ba da bum ba da bum ba da bum 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 bum. It's a very old Scottish song. Bum ba dum bum ba da bum ba dum bum ba dum bum 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 bum. What's that going on? Let's have a look. My chat takes ages to hit the world for it all. I'm going to sit here and talk to you until things are going. I've got I don't know what's going on. Let's push the buttons. Let's just see what's happening. Good evening, anybody that's out there in social media land. I'm pushing the buttons just now, but I'm waiting for my son to come down the chimney because I sent him up the chimney to clean it with some coal dust to put in the back of my laptop because it's so slow tonight. I hope we don't lose the stream. Truly, I don't. Right, where is it? Let's play this nice music first. Let's play this nice music. I like this music. Go, play that. Pop, 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 poppity, pop, pop, poppity, pop. Oh God, look at that. Pop goes the weasel. I forgot. I'm supposed to mute your mic in the green room, man. I'm supposed to mute that mic, but I'm not going to because I love you too much. I love you too much. Good evening and welcome to Radio Apocalypse. This is Mojax Happy, sending out good vibes and love when we're about 6 weeks into the UK lockdown, and I'm feeling funky, feeling good, enjoying and loving life as my name suggests. I'm not Mojax Happy just because it's a fun name. I'm a happy guy. I like to rant, but I always go away feeling good, feeling good. I hope we're all good. I hope we're all well. I hope we're all washing our hands. I hope that you're drinking copious amounts of coffee because coffee's good. Coffee is good. Last night was our very first evening of the round table, and it went really well until the stream completely collapsed because Virgin Media decided to have a national outage. Bang! 5 minutes later, it came back up again. However, there was a young man in California who was sitting there going, how come these guys aren't moving either side of me on the screen? You know, he was actually doing this on the stream. His stream was still connected. It was still connected to the masses. And I've got the footage all captured on my iPhone of Cognag's most natural moment I have ever seen him be, ever. And I'm so proud of him. He kept it going and he stuck a bottle in his mouth like a porn star and made it look good. He really did. Yes, I've said that. I went there. Cognag, I'm bringing you on. Thank you so much, brother, for looking after while everybody was wondering what the cake was going on, probably. But yeah. Hey, Shady, how are you? Thank you for saying hello. It's nice to have you here. It's good to be back to a format and a programming way of things that I can control and be good about and move forward. But Cognag, how did you feel when basically everything just went completely tits up yesterday?
Completely out of my element at first. Surprisingly, like you would think maybe making videos for a while might make me feel comfortable in that situation. It was different when I felt like I was like, wait, these are eyes. These are eyes on me, actually, like legitimate eyes. I was like, okay. And I just did whatever came to my brain. And then what you're saying is me in a raw moment that is the most me you probably will you will have noticed so far. That
I have to say, when I
that's
watched it, it was my mum that brought it to my attention and said, Cognag, that lad from California, was amazing. He just kept on speaking. The poor lad, he was like, is anybody here? Are they coming back? Should I just close the whole conversation down and say goodbye to everybody? No, I'll do a very cool voiceover. That's what I'm going to do. This is Mojax Happy Radio Apocalypse, and I'm Cognag. Yeah. That was my impression of Cognag doing a voiceover. Almost nailed it
I
there.
love it. I love it.
So anyway, I'm going to do a wee reaction video. I'm going to upload it. It's only about 30-40 seconds long. I'll pump it up at either end with bigging you up. I'll make it into about 90 seconds long, and I'm going to stick it on YouTube as a bit of content, and then spam the link out. Then you can spam the link out. It's another 90 seconds worth of fun features for people to watch on the YouTube channel. You know, the other thing I did today was my wife has asked me to put a menu together. One of her Russian mum friends that lives in Edinburgh as well. She looks after an autistic son and a brand new baby. And her husband is a doctor that used to work in the cancer wards that I was a patient in, but also now he's doing the cancer doctor job and the coronavirus doctor job as well. So he's working like an extra 50% worth of hours. So she's left with a brand new baby and an autistic boy. And the autistic boy was in primary 1 or primary 2, like that's like grade 1 or grade 2 in elementary school. And he's autistic and he's being homeschooled and there's a baby and she's tearing her hair out. So she's kind of lost the will to live, and you know, he's finding it difficult to make interesting things to cook for the kid and stuff. And my wife, Olia, said, could you possibly put a menu together for this lady? And I went, of course I will. He says, would you like me to make some videos and we can send her to YouTube and it will be showing her how to make them? She goes, yes, that would be a good idea. So on my phone today, I've got like all the footage for a white cheesy sauce savory beef pasta dish. It's something that the kids love. And it's very simple, very delicious. It's full of carbs and fat and delicious things. It's not super nutritious, but you can pump it up with other veg if you're a concerned parent. So after the show tonight, I am going to be sitting editing the Cognag content and also the mince, savoury, cheesy mince content as well. And then I'll get that uploaded in the morning. And we'll get that. That one will be about 5 minutes. And then I'll just, every night I make something, I'm going to make content and shove it on there for the Russian mums. And Ola is going to basically spam it out to all the other Russian mums. So hopefully, but maybe she'll have to come in and do Russian subtitles on the phone for me, just so the Russian mums. I'm not actually speaking in the content. It's just going to be like stuff on the screen. You don't get to see me. You get to see my hands because it's about the food and the cooking. But that's there, and that's what it's about. In the chat, I see Barry said hello. Good evening, Barry. And Shady has also said hello. And let's see, is it just, I can tell by the little eye, it's all in YouTube tonight. Wonderful. Thank you guys for saying hi. Well, saying hi, first of all, and thank you other couple of guests on YouTube. Make yourself known. Say hello in the chat because we do like to interact. We do like to say hello. And Cognag doesn't bite, no matter what Barry says. Cognag does not bite. He only bites Barry. Sometimes, if Barry pays him enough. I don't know. I'm in one of those moods tonight. Okay, I've been around. This is the first adult conversation I've had all day. You know, this is crazy. And it's through a screen. It's like, wow. Crazy times. Tonight we're going to have a couple of little looks at a couple of news articles that Barry actually sent me, and another one which I found. And if by hook or by crook we do lose the stream, please stay on. Please stay on. My children are all on devices, and I've noticed that the most of the time when we actually lose the stream, it's because they're playing on the Xbox, which they're not tonight, but one of them's on his Switch, the daughter is on her phone, and oldest son is on his phone. My phone is connected but not doing anything. I'm just getting messages from Instagram. Woo! Oh, my brother has done he started a live video on Instagram. We should put that on for a laugh and let him speak through it. We do like my brother's live streams, and I like him on the Instagram because it's a lot less formal than what he has to. Not that his stuff's formal, but he's a lot more relaxed on the Instagram. He's more himself, which is great fun. So yes, let's just, what the first thing that we're going to do tonight is we are going to, let me get rid of that window. I don't need that window open. This is an article. Let me play the jingle because I like my jingles, and even though I don't get to hear them, you guys do, and it makes a nice separation of things. Where's this one? Where is it? I can't wait for technology upgrade. All the scenes will be ready to go. Oh, I just broke a peg. Right, here we go. You see, I got like 5 notes of that there. I'm gonna, maybe, no, I can't. I don't want to put another phone or device on the Wi-Fi just now. Can't leave that there. Okay, good lad. Big, tall, thin glass like this that had chocolate milkshake in it being left on the, don't put that, on the arm of the sofa right beside me here, and there's like all the electrics and the computer there, and I'm like, no, you can't leave. That's just asking for disaster. My coffee's there, but my coffee's a nice big mug. I'm going to put it there now because it is tempting fate. Okay, so we're going to do a couple of news articles, and then we are going to, if the screens load up good enough, we will examine Boris Johnson's slow release plan for coming back to having, to get rid of the lockdown, basically. And if all goes well and we get to the end of those 3 tabs, we will have a look at something more humorous. We will have discussion with Cognac on the way, and so on and so forth. I am going to try and share a window. This is where usually things go a bit crazy. So be prepared, Cog. Are you wearing trousers, Cognac?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I know. I've never worn shorts before. It's new.
It's a new thing. It's not that. It's just that I've never seen your knees before. Okay, and it's like, is he friggin' wearing pants? It's not that sort of stream, man.
I thought you were gonna make a comment on how white I am.
No. No. I would never do that. I love everybody's skin color, man. It doesn't matter whether you're white, brown.
I change colors depending on what side you're looking at. They're all like, I'm different shades all over the place.
Very good. I'm stripy on my back. It's from the days of being on the Gap when the whips and stuff like that. That's what I tell everybody anyway. Right, let's try and share this screen. We're going to do this. If we lose the stream, Cognag will dance a jig to keep you entertained while I do this. I'm just going to let this do it one bit at a time. It's still working. So far, so good. So far, so good. Let's push share. This is where it all goes crazy. Sometimes share. Are we still there? Yes. It's looking good. It's looking good. Right. Yes. Here we go. Wow. That worked. It worked. This is a few weeks ago, a Royal Navy submarine, nuclear submarine captain, by the way, had a lockdown party on a nuclear submarine. I believe it was a nuclear submarine with parts of his crew. A submarine captain who allowed his crew to hold a barbecue party during the lockdown has been sacked. The captain of the nuclear-powered hunter-killer submarine HMS Trenchant allowed the party at Devonport Dockyard in Plymouth. Well, at least it wasn't on the submarine. That's a plus point. A video shared on social media showed the crew dancing and laughing on the dockside after the submarine returned to the town for repairs. The captain has been relieved of his command following a Royal Navy probe. Now, I just want to say something, right, before we go any further just now. I'm an ex-Royal Marine. I was in the Navy. In the Navy. Ba, 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 da, ba. Yeah, I was a man on a boat, a man on the ground. I was like a sailor with a gun, except I wasn't a sailor. I was a Royal Marine. I was one of the toughest infantry courses. It's equivalent to your guys' Army Rangers. All right, that's the equivalent of what we did. That's the only closest thing I can describe it to. Thinking man soldiers. All right, and whenever we came back from operation, or whenever were given shore leave, if we were doing security detail on ships, uh, we went mental. We would have barbecues. We would have a good time. We would go out and get drunk. We would do all those things. Obviously, we didn't have a pandemic going on at that particular time. What we did have going on was the troubles in Northern Ireland. We had potential terrorist attacks on the bases that we were looking after and things. However, how do I feel? This is the question. When I read this article, how did I feel thinking about what was going on with those guys? Well, I thought if they were sensible about it, they could have done that, and they could have still had a party, but not be as close as they were. They could have had the barbecue going. They could have had burgers, steaks, sausages, whatever the hell they wanted, bits of chicken. Somebody could be putting it, cooking it off, putting it into buns, putting it to the side, and they could have celebrated. Submariners have the toughest job in the Navy apart from the SBS. The SBS is our equivalent of the Navy SEALs. All right, just so you know the comparison. All right. Submariners sometimes are underwater for weeks on end. They don't get to see the sky. They don't get to do anything. And they're in a ship that is under the water, and it's been made by a company that bid the least amount of money to make it. So something potentially would go wrong. All right. So when they come back to the surface and come into port, they're like, holy shit, yes, we made it. We didn't die. We didn't die. We were amazing. Get the barbecue coals out. Let's get going. So I get it. I get why they wanted to do that. Let's read the rest of the article because it's worth going into a little bit more. In fact, that's it, isn't it? Is that it? Boring. Okay, so the captain, the captain has been sacked from the Navy. Oh my God, poor captain. I feel sorry for him, all right? But he has to take the rap for it because that's how it goes. All the other people, if they're following Navy protocol, would have been in deep shit as well, to be perfectly honest. A senior defence source said it was one of a number of incidents that had undermined trust and credibility in his command. So it wasn't the first thing that had happened to the gentleman, to Commander Lewis. He will remain in the Royal Navy, wow, but assigned to another role. He's lucky to keep his damn job, but he's lost command. That's the thing. He's lost the command. It's something that I swear to God, I never, ever in a million years would have ever wanted to be in command or be in charge of anybody that goes under the water. Not a chance. Have you ever done anything like the armed forces, Cognac? Have you done anything like that before?
I went through the delay entry program to see and feel what the training was like up until we did like the test, the running, the sit-ups, the push-ups, and everything calculated, and took the written test and did all that. And I will say they did put me in shape. I started out of shape completely. And I will say
Yeah,
the type of training they do, I commemorate 100%. It put me in 40 pounds better health.
that's
Um,
incredible.
and I still wasn't physically healthy enough and capable to actually be back then what I could have done or what I wanted to do. But I at least pushed through and made it to the thing. And I went from someone who couldn't even run a mile to running the mile in 10 and a half. And
That's
I will
amazing.
say I I I give full kudos to anyone who did military because it is unbelievable what they put you through to what you become in the end altogether. It's impressive.
I don't think I would be as disciplined as I am today. As much as I consider myself to be a very immature man, all right, I am. Okay, I'm a bit too fun loving. The things that I'm mature about are the important things like paying the bills, keeping food in the house, looking after the kids. But here I am on a stream, talking to people all over the world. I enjoy the odd computer game. I enjoy my technology. I enjoy my downtime. The thing I'm missing the most just now is my physical exercise, and that actually comes from the being a Royal Marine. I used to go to the gym 3-4 times a week. That kind of went the way of the dodo when I started working more hours in my job. When the kids are not around, I go running. I get out on the bike. I've got sets of weights here that look like they gather dust, but I do use them. But again, not while the kids are here. It's something that I don't do while the kids are here. And they're here quite a lot just now. And with the lockdown, during the summer, the kids go out quite a lot. We've all got bikes. Paxton actually needs a new bike for his birthday because he's outgrown it. But we like to cycle. We like to do stuff. But I think that my discipline comes from the mature side of me comes from being able to do the right thing at the right time because of the military training. And that's very important to me. I'll never forget my years for that. I wanted to go for SBS, the equivalent of the Navy SEALs over here. And at the time, you had to do you had to have 2 badges, basically, to say that you'd already done a couple of specialist types worth of training. So I decided I'm going to get my parachute wings and I'm going to become what they call a mountain trooper, which is your Arctic and Antarctic training. So I spent a little time doing Arctic training. That was very cold. Very cold indeed. What can I say?
Did you actually use, did you get to use one of those, what do they call them, squirrel suits?
What's a squirrel suit?
The thing with like it allows you to do what like paragliding is, but it's just this, it's a suit type of thing.
No, that was well before my time. That was well after my time in the forces. Yeah, I know what you mean, the squirrel suit. No, we just jumped out of airplanes with a static line. That was fun.
Yeah. That sounds so fun. I wish, whenever I hear stuff like that, it's the fear of heights. My natural, it has a limit. So when I picture myself doing the jumping out of plane things, that's like I just picture flying squirrels screaming.
I would love to do that. I couldn't do it now. The thing is, I could never go back to doing that now. I got asked. I used to have my own business, which was kind of an outdoor education business, and there was one time that a whole bunch of army cadets came down to do paintball on the big bit of land which I operated my business on, and their commanding officer was also one of the captains, in the Army Reserves in Edinburgh that worked within the intelligence division of the Army. Okay, and at that time my hair was exceptionally long, right down to the small of my back. I was a bit portly. I'd let myself go a bit, and he actually came up to me and says, "You've served, haven't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, how can you tell?" I says, "Just the way that you hold yourself and present yourself. Your posture's quite proud, and you speak very clearly, and you make a lot of eye contact, and just your mannerisms. What did you do?" So I told him, and then he came back to me and said, "Have you thought of ever going back?" And I went, "No, it was my first baby was on the way," and I said, "No, I'm not doing that." And he goes, "Well, think about it." And it says, "Well, what would I be doing?" He says, "I can't really tell you that just now, but I work for Army Intelligence and I'm a captain within the organisation. And I will say one thing, you would not have to get your hair cut." And I was like, all right. Now that's a signal for basically you'd be doing secret squirrel stuff. Okay. And I later found out that he was part of the group of people that did intelligence gathering in Northern Ireland. So I could only assume that he was wanting me to go to Northern Ireland. Do you know something? I didn't do it. Why did I not do it? Because I was going to be a new dad. I wanted to be a family man from there on in. And that's where my loyalties have lay ever since. Do the best for my family. And I will always do that, to be perfectly honest, which is great. Okay, right. So we've got a submarine captain. gone the way of the dodo for his career in command. Thank God that's the case. Can you imagine if he was still in charge of that submarine during this virus outbreak, which is crazy. Let's see who we go. We still got Barry, and we still have here we go. Barry's speaking. That's great. And maybe my chat takes a long time to catch up. Plane still had 2 wings back then. You cheeky bastard. Okay, honestly, that's why you're not getting the stream key tonight, because you'd be on taking a piss out of me. It's actually more entertaining to see what you're saying in the side chat, to be perfectly honest, Barry. It's like you sometimes have to think before you speak, which is interesting as well. Don't put much strain on your brain though for me, brother, please. Okay, which is good. Right, we're going to actually move away from the normal news article, because this is something else that was sent to me by Barry. He sends me interesting stuff. I had other things lined up today to talk about, but I wanted to speak about that captain because it led me nicely into a bit of my past. And this other thing, let's see if we can get this to share. Oh, here we go. We're playing the game. Share the screen. Dun, 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 dun. Where is it? Yes, there it is there. This has got nothing to do with coronavirus, but it's certainly worth speaking about. There we go. Back to me, and we're back again. Yes, good. Right. I pushed the wrong thing there. Okay. This particular one is it's another BBC News article, and it's to do with the upcoming Star Wars celebrations on May the 4th. It all started way back in the day on Twitter, with hashtag May the 4th be with you. It kind of became the adopted unofficial Star Wars Day. Okay, check this out. All right, let me just, which one's that? Yes, there we go, bro. Okay, so Disney sparks backlash with May the 4th tweet, right? Disney has been accused of trying to claim media ownership of the popular hashtag May the 4th on Twitter. The company's streaming service, Disney Plus, encouraged fans to share their favorite Star Wars memories using the hashtag on Monday. Excuse me for a second, please. Dry mouth. It followed up with a legal warning suggesting any user who tweeted the hashtag was agreeing to Disney's terms and letting it use their content. It backtracked after a huge protest by fans and widespread mockery. The hashtag, a play on the franchise phrase, May the Force be with you, has been used for years to coincide with the made-up fan holiday. Reply with your favourite Star Wars memory and you may see it somewhere special. May the 4th, the company said in a tweet. I've got no problems with them using my stuff. I don't even have a problem with them using it to share throughout the world, if that was the case. I'm a Star Wars fan. I do have a problem with them saying that they own it. Okay, that's no. That's a big no-no. I've got no problems with fair use of content and stuff, which is something that I'm not going to be bitchy about it, but there's a couple of YouTubers just now having a bit of a wild time on the internet about the fair use of things. Have you heard of a YouTuber called, what's her name? Lucy? What's her name? What's the name of that YouTuber? That's Susie Lou. I watched a couple of videos about her today, and wow. The things that are being said about that lassie. I was going to say poor girl there because let's just go to big screen. Hold on just now. She might not have been the best person in the world doing what she's done, but she's still a human being, even if she treats other people like shit. Okay, this is how I feel about human beings, Cognac. Unless they're killing people, mutilating animals, or doing horrible things to children, they deserve forgiveness. Okay, that's just me. All those things, if they're hurting human beings, doing non-consensual things, if they're hurting children or mutilating or hurting animals, then I'm going to go to town on them with a big shitty stick with a nail through it. That's how I feel about it. Okay, but if it's something bullshit, okay, on the internet, and you said this, I said this, I'm using fair content, no you're not, you're doing this and you're putting strikes against me, and it's all crap. Grow the fuck up, the lot of them, you know? It seems to be a whole bunch of nonsense in my honest opinion. Okay, I'm going to ask the people in the chat, what was the name of her again? I've completely forgotten. What was the name of that girl again? Susie Lou. I know that Barry's met, he's the one that talked to me about Susie Lou in the first place, and I thought I'd go and have a wee research of it. Has anybody else heard of Susie Lou and what's going on? I'm not trying to use her name for clout, and I'm not going to put her name in any of the tags or anything here whatsoever. I just want to say that no matter what, she's still a human being. She might not have been a great person with what's going on and things like that, but my attitude is, you know, live and let live. If she's a dick, rise above it. Okay, rise above it. Let's have a quick look. Yes, Barry's got something to say about it. Obviously, he's a good man for this sort of thing. And I don't disagree with what Barry said to me before. My personal view, she had plenty of time to come around to change her ways. Every time she goes further and further over the line. Yeah, that's actually right. That's you're very true. I mean, the things that she's done is quite terrible for some people. I think the content thing and the copyright infringements and breaches that she did and the copyright strikes that she had placed on other people are a bit iffy. But everything that she decided to do herself with regards to copyright, with regards to her Patreon account, that's her own decision. Why should I give a shit about that? Why should the rest of the world give a shit about that? There's laws in place for people to get shat on from a great height if they break the law in these circumstances. And it'll catch up with her eventually. It truly will. Yeah, that anime copyright woman, Local. That's right. Hi, Local. I never saw you come in. Hey, Local Bottom. Local Bottom's in the house. Hope you're good tonight, my friend. I hope you truly are. And Equilibrium's here now as well. Good stuff. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, this has come off from a little chat about Disney wanting to take ownership of content that had the hashtag May the 4th be with you. And the fair use of it. I think that it's all right for them to use that in the fair use, but they can't say that they own it. And then we kind of moved on to, I keep wanting to call her Lucy Lou. You know, that shows you I'm kind of an old man territory. It upsets my son when I call algorithms logarithms. It really upsets him greatly. It triggers him. It's an algorithm, Dad. Oh, I'll just use all logarithms. I'm too old to change my mind now. And when I look at like the data for the analytics on YouTube, I call it the analyticals and it triggers them as well. I just do it on purpose. It's funny. But I want to call Susie Lou, had to think about it. I want to call her Lucy Lou for some reason. It's bizarre. But yeah, at the end of the day, this girl has done what she's done. Okay. The issue is YouTube seemed to that I found that I watched 2 videos, Barry. YouTube. I'm on YouTube just now. I'm not wanting to cause any stink or anything. Okay, but YouTube, are you protecting Susie Lou? You know, it seems to there's something going on. That's what a lot of people are looking at. That's what a lot of people are feeling. I have no feelings on it other than if she fucks with another human being, that's where my problems lie. Okay. But if she wants to go away and breach copyright and dob other people in for copyright, that's her business. Okay. If she feels it, not if the strikes against, if she was saying, for instance, me talking about her just now, that's me breaching copyright because I've used her name. So I'll tell you what, just for the rest of the conversation, we'll call her Lucy Lou, all right? Just for the hell of it, all right? But if she was to come back and say my name's copyrighted and I shouldn't speak it, that's not really right because I'm using her stuff in fair use and fair content. I went away and watched a video about that as well. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame. Do you know anything about this, Cognac? Do you know anything about Susie Lou?
This is new to me.
I think she's Scottish as well, but she's got a ridiculous amount of followers and her own YouTube manager
But
because she's
she
got
just doesn't want to. She doesn't want people using her name, basically,
no, there's
in a sense.
there's a lot of stuff to go into about it. She over the past year and a half, there's lots of bullshit with her and other YouTubers. It
Mm.
all seemed a bit petty, to be perfectly honest. It's when there's sort of like when she accuses other YouTubers of bullying when they're clearly not, and they have to take their posts down that are talking about it. It seems
Uh,
silly,
I
you
know what
know.
you're talking about.
Um,
I could tell you exactly what it is. It's called um from the perspective of being able to play the best victim, you could also portray that from the standardized view of a story.
mhm.
That's I'm that would get to me a little bit. That would definitely get to me a little bit. Um, not from her end, but from the other end of what that is. That's yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, okay,
Uh,
the upside of it all is there's some quite influential YouTubers, sort of like in the same sort of realms of 60, 70, 80,000 subscribers, which is the same realm as my brother, all right, that are jumping on and, you know, using her for tremendous amounts of content, which is fun. Incidentally, there will be zero names of Susie Lou in any of my titles for this just now. There will be zero tags. I don't want to be accused of having a conversation about her for clout, is what they call it. I only discovered this word clout a couple of weeks ago. Clout is what the fuck is clout? Is that like sort of digital flexing of muscles? Hey, look at me, I've got a six-pack of clout right here. I'm fucking amazing. What the hell is clout? Is it just like influence? Is that like
I guess it's maybe it's kind of like when I decided to do a video dancing next to Terry Crews when he's someone I would never meet or know, but
uh-huh,
like
uh-huh,
I did it, I guess I wouldn't consider doing it for the clout. I did it because, he's a funny guy, but at the same
uh-huh,
time, he just so happens to be a very popularized person with his body spray commercials and some of his
right.
commercials are ridiculous. But I
You
guess
spray your
in a
body for
sense, we all do it, whether we know we do it or we do it on purpose. It's not bad to kind of ride a wave that's already in motion. You just don't want to steal content. You don't want to steal
no.
content. You just want to add to the bliss of the content.
Yeah, yeah. I had to say something because it's kind of fresh in my mind from watching it, and I feel that the Disney thing kind of was marginally related. It's like a big organization saying they own whatever I put beside
May the fork be
like,
with you.
for with. Yeah, and Barry says what you really don't want is her lunatic fans rounding on you. They've done some crazy things like hacking people's PayPal accounts and stuff. Yeah, it got a
Oh,
bit
they can hack
vicious.
it. You know what? I've had my accounts hacked. I've gone through the stolen
Yeah,
identity thing back
wow.
in like 2013, 2012. Um,
Hmm.
Nowadays, I keep myself pretty subjected to a specific lifestyle. I would love if someone hacked my stuff. I would be like, go ahead. You won't even believe what you'll see before you even get to anything that's important.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's. I would be devastated if oh my
I've
god.
never deleted my history.
I'll delete it for you if something goes wrong, mate. Okay, I don't want your mum
Thank you.
looking at me. Okay, in fact, I'll come across and just do it now for you.
Uh,
Oh God. Okay, that's what we want. Right, listen. Enough about Lucy Susie Lou and her clout
Susie Q
potato,
and her.
her fucking stupid upside down world of copyright anime videos, anime videos on her what was it? Her Patreon account. She was making
Oh,
10,000 a
oh,
month.
oh, oh, oh,
Yeah,
it's that
yeah,
girl.
yeah.
It's that
Yeah,
girl.
that girl.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
She should have,
yeah.
okay, you know what? She should have expected that to happen. When it comes
Of
to
course,
anime, I,
of course.
I, that is yeah. No, she should have expected it to happen. That's harsh. That's hard. Most
Yeah,
accounts
yeah.
that I see put any anime in the background of popular anime with even music behind it, so it kind of covers the sound. All of them eventually get taken down or banned. Eventually,
Yeah.
so that's why I try to stay away from. I've done that before, so that could be why my last account did get banned, because I did that a little bit.
The
So it's
one
very
thing
possible.
I'm going to say about the anime thing with her, one of the videos that I watched today said it had her saying she was going to, there was a court case pending that she was taking the Tokyo Television Entertainment Company to court over this. And I was like, wait a minute, I didn't even get further down the video. And initially, I just got whiplash when I was doing dishes, looking at my phone going, really? That's like one of the biggest entertainment organizations. And you're going to do what? Are you mental? Fuck. So it then moved on to the next bit where the guy that was investigating it all, he went and looked on the websites in Japan for the Japan's version equivalent of the High Court. Okay. And then went to the UK equivalent, well, the UK High Court. And there's nothing. There's nothing. There's no cases pending. There's no application for cases. There's nothing. And I thought, why is she saying that? Is it just for
It's a pathological. It's a pathological liar.
Yeah, it's a shame.
You
She
believe
seems
your
like
own BS. It happens.
She seems like such a nice girl. What a shame. $10,000 a month though for fucking streaming anime on Patreon. That's unbelievable. Dirty old men looking at her instead a bit. That's what it is. Dirty bastards.
Man, and most people don't.
Right,
let's
move on. I don't want to speak about Lucy Liu anymore at all. Okay, 1 wee second just now. I'm going to mute my mic.
Lucy Liu.
What's up? My son is sitting over there just now and he's sort of going, I just want to watch your stream. It's the old soldier in me, even with my children. Sit up on the chair. Right, okay. I still don't want you on the camera. Okay, just now, okay. I get very nervous when I see people in my peripheral vision. I kind of get all, what you fucking looking at? Even with my boys, I just don't know. They might turn around and take a rolling pin over me and steal my wallet or something. Right, let's get rid of the Disney one and see if the Boris Johnson one will come up. Oh, we might not get the Boris Johnson one. We might not get any of these ones coming up. Oh, yes, here we go. Right, this will be, I put both of these up here because I didn't know which one was going to work the best for tonight. This will be kind of our last little look at the sort of news topics which have jumped out at me today. Sorry I rambled on about Lucy Liu a bit there. It was a bit off topic, but
it's really hard not to talk about Lucy Liu.
Yeah, well, sorry, Susie Liu. God damn it, Susie Liu. Not Lucy. Lucy Liu's awesome. She's awesome. Should we talk about Lucy Liu? She was great in Charlie's Angels. Holy crap. I'm kind of laggy. Audio is fine though. Right, okay. It might be just because let me get rid of one more tab. It might work.
She heard us. She heard us, and now she's sending a bunch of streaming crash.
We're getting denial of service attacks on my IP address just now. I've had something just hit me from the Barry man coming in. Wow, contact tracing app. Right, okay. So, yeah, that might be. I've just closed down WhatsApp web to not bring anything up. Let's see. That's just another BBC article. We will use this one tomorrow night. That's a good one. But I love it when Barry sends me stuff. He's got more time on his hands than me, and he keeps me fed with interesting things. I just keep everything that I've researched to the side until it's done. Right. Let me just quickly bring up the article. Oh, come on. Why is it? There we go. Good. Right, excellent. Right, I'm not going to bring it up on the screen or anything. I'm going to read it straight from this just now, and we can have a wee discussion about it, and see what everybody else feels like. Before we do that, let's just have a quick look at anything else in the chat. Who have we got? We've got anybody in Facebook land? No, everybody's in YouTube land tonight. That's amazing. I've never had. No, we're on Mixer land tonight as well. Holy crap! I've not checked Mixer. I thought I was on YouTube. I better check Mixer to see if anybody's on Mixer speaking to me. Oh, what a bad host I am, eh? Did I click the Mixer button? I think it's on there. Mixer. Oh, see, that's not Mixer. Discord. What you said? What? Wait, what? Whoa. If this crashes the internet, I'm sorry. Oh, look at fucking handsome. See that? We're just. I'm looking at that. Oh, let me just make sure that that is down. Ah, great. People are saying that we're shit. Thanks, clownish graph.
Wait, what?
Yeah, somebody.
That's
There's
awesome.
people saying that we're shit. I love that, man. That's great.
Oh,
Oh
sounds
man,
about right.
guys on Mixer. Oh, thank you for saying we're shit. I've got you. You've got me in your heads now. That's amazing. We are actually renting free space in your brain for you calling us shit. I love that. I love that.
Makes sense
See,
because I do this straight from the loo. So
you're sitting taking a shit. Yeah, that's good, man.
yeah, I bring the pillow in with me and everything, and I just never leave.
Um, your nan died to them, clownish. Wow. Ah. Oh, you're amazing. I love it when people do things like that.
Dude, it's actually I do too. You know
And
why?
this guy,
Because they spend their time they spend their time thinking about us anyway.
yeah, they do. They do. Clownish Graph 25. I love Corona. Give it, please. I don't like documentaries. They're shit. Oh, your
Wait,
man died
what?
of it. Wow. Wow. Listen, Corona, if Clownish Graph, if you don't like documentary, that's cool, brother. That's cool.
I am
All right.
stoked to be considerably, if he calls it a documentary, I'm
Yeah.
honored to be on what would be called a documentary.
Yeah, it's all good. No, it's all good. If
That's good stuff.
if you're still watching Clownish, I'm giving you lots of digital love, lots of hugs, man. Okay, everything's cool. My son is just like an air biscuit float, and it stinks. Okay, you will never get to sit and watch stream from there again. You dirty little boy. Okay, I swear to God. But no, it's and Mike Dentures. Hi, Mike. Thank you so much for joining us tonight as well. You're the new Scotty McClue. Do dinky do. Dude, I'm gonna go and find you. I'm gonna follow you as well, Mr. Mike Dentures. I don't know who you are, but yeah, we like that. We'll follow you. Look, I'm just followed you now. Cheers, brother. That's great. Yeah, so everybody on Mixer, if I've offended you, if I've upset you, no, I'm not sorry. I like it. I like getting in people's heads for just being myself. Okay. I had a guy on Facebook last night, if you remember. He was basically giving us the thumbs down for everything, and he was I can't remember who he was. I'll go back and look at the chat, but he was obviously like a 13-year-old gamer on Facebook gaming, giving me shit left, right, and center in the chat, and it's coming up here, and it was marginally distracting, and it was a case of like, go back, play that stupid game where you build shit, okay, and tell your ma I'll see her later tonight, brother. All right, that's what
Scrub.
that's unbelievable. I love that. I love that stuff. But yeah, so thank you everybody that is in Mixer Town just now as well. Just want to make sure that that you know that I appreciate you stopping by. I really do. I do. And if you think that we're crap, that's good, because that means that we can only get better. You know, we can learn from it and only get better. Right, enough rambling about nonsense. Okay, the article about everything. Is the government preparing to ditch lockdown? Ministers are accused of watering down the 5 tests for easing curbs as wording of key slides subtly changes overnight. Now, basically, the only thing that's really happened in the grand old world of coronavirus and how the UK is dealing with it in the past 24 hours is our glorious leader, Boris Johnson, has come back to Downing Street. Tosser. I had to get him in here at some point, had to speak about him. So Yeah, if the things have become watered down more, it's probably because he's come in and maybe sort of bent a little to things that are going on. But what I've read about Boris is he's sort of like been saying things like, we can't do it this too early. I think he's trying to, make people feel okay in the economy and people like me that are stuck in the house. So, ministers face claims they're easing lockdown by stealth tonight amid evidence public services and retail outlets are being freed up and hurdles for making changes lowered. So that's a metaphor for the things that we have to jump over to be able to get things back to what they're going to call the new normal. Despite Downing Street insisting that curbs remain in place until at least May the 7th, there are signs that the rules are already being relaxed in the face of growing Tory alarm over the economic impact. New guidance is being issued by councils on refuse and recycling sites. Yeah. Okay, while Michael Gove gave a strong hint that garden centres and other shops where social distancing can be most enforced could follow soon. Wow. Right. So basically, long and short of it all is that they potentially could be letting us go and do stuff. All right. Go and do stuff. Raw Meat Adam, that was him. Thank you, Local Bottom. It was Raw Meat Adam the other night there. Yes, I just saw your chat there. Yes, that was that little boy because he was giving me spam. He was called Thanks for the Raw Meat Adam. I'll be back. Your ma's on my Snapchat. I remember now. Thank you very much. Sorry, that was like goldfish moment, totally distracted by something else. Um, they're going to allow us to go back out in the world and play a little bit, go out and do a little bit of retail therapy. I'm kind of not against it, but I think that, not yet. Let's, what, would they ever forgive themselves if people went out and did the stuff that they were supposed to be doing? Okay. And then we had a resurgence of the virus,
I was I was thinking about that, but at least for over there, it's starting out with retail. Over here, um, if you that one post I sent you is they're reopening our beaches.
oh God, that's, that's frightening
Hmm.
because everybody, if nothing else is open, everybody's going to go there,
Yeah.
you know? And you can't really have people queuing
Uh,
up to go to the beaches. Shady is saying it kills me how critical people are over free entertainment. Yeah, that's I take that's for my thing. Yeah, totally. It's fun. People can be critical. I don't mind. Shady, it's all good. I have a tremendously thick skin, and nobody's ever actually faced yet the sharp part of my wit either. I've been blessed with a quick wit and a sharp tongue, which is kind of a very dangerous combination when it comes to and I'm also big enough and bad enough to back it all up with the things that I say. So people can say what they wish about me. I don't mind. I'll never put myself into being a position though to be kind of reported upon like other YouTubers have, like we were talking about earlier on. Fuck that. I'm not into petty bullshit. Fuck it. Fuck it. I'm going to say it again. Petty bullshit. Fuck it. Fuck it. Oh, look at that. I'm looking at this just now. The Lazy Sod is now hosting us on Mixer. Thank you, Barry. That's very nice of you, sir. Very nice of you indeed. Shady's also saying, why the beaches of all things, Cognac? Why the beaches? Why not something that's going to make money? It's crazy.
I think
First,
I have no idea. I think also they might not have as much. I have no idea. To be honest, everyone's just like I use delivery. Everyone around here is just using delivery, I guess, but everything is equally as, as dangerous, of course. Like I spray my stuff when it gets here, even if it's a bag of food, I'm still gonna spray it down
yeah,
before I even touch anything. It's
you're supposed to
but
do that.
the beaches, I think they're hoping to be able to get people to be able to go somewhere, but still and have enough space to comply with the distance.
Mm-hmm.
But you're in a high wind area in water, sand. Um, we got this, yeah. I've seen some pretty crazy things. when you got an area of a beach that has like a runoff, where there's a sign that
Yeah.
can sometimes say, "Do not play in this water, especially after rain." And
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
you
what
like
do
those kind of.
you do? It's
It's
like,
just it's all. They're trying. They're
yeah.
trying. They're just
Mhm.
it's I really can't answer your question, unfortunately, on the why beaches. That would just be my best guess. Um,
I think
but
because
we'll see. We'll see.
beaches are pretty. They're
Maybe they'll
nice. It's
start
pretty.
charging people to step on the sand.
That'd be funny. Nah. Local Bottom is saying, I love how Mo is just ignoring Cognac's silly antics. Listen, I have been through every one of Cognac's TikToks, by the way. He is funny as fucking them. So there's none of his and his and things like that don't crack me up. Okay, what cracks me up the most is something I've never seen with him before, and that's how he handled being alone on the stream last night. Okay, that will be available by about tea time tomorrow for everybody to watch. It's just he's a perfect guy. Okay, he's got the personality of being able to do funny antics and then to be totally serious and think, shit, what the fuck am I going to say now? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm, uh, what would Mo do? He would talk shit. Okay, I'm going to talk shit. Here we go. Like this. It was a beautiful thing, mate. It really was. But no, I don't ignore his antics. If I was to react to Cognac's antics, I would spend half the time pissing myself laughing because I find the man incredibly funny. He's good fun. He's very entertaining. There we go. Oh look, my son Virtuoso has given me 1,500 sparks. Thanks, son. Thanks, son. What? Can you give me 50k? Give me 50k worth of sparks then. It's all worth money. Yeah. I know, man. I know it's a free one. No, I can't pass you the balloon. Okay, the balloon. Right. My son wants us a balloon. A balloon. There you go. Go get it. Fetch, Rover. Yeah, so do I think there's going to be a second wave? I think if it's not maintained or managed properly local, I think that if things are released a bit too early, potentially there could be a second wave. What you've got to look at is you've got to look at sensible countries like Iceland. All right. We had Magnus on last week that was talking about how they've not had a lockdown. They've had sensible social distancing, and they kind of socially distance anyway. The government treats the population as grown-ups. The grown-ups treat the government like grown-ups as well. It's a good relationship they have. They've turned around and said, we want to have an app that we know who has the virus or who has had the virus, and we're going to have all the phones tracked for everybody that's done that. Some people would say fuck that to it. In Iceland they're saying, yeah, sure, go for it, we don't mind, because their government aren't arseholes, you know. Can you imagine Donald Trump with the power to track anybody that he wants in your country? Do you feel uncomfortable with that?
No, my ex-wife used to do it to me all the time.
Oh, really? Your wife could
Yeah.
do it to you?
She was
Shit.
using Apple tracking. So this is what happened. She got me an Apple phone one time, and I was hooked to her service.
Right.
And because of that, she was able to use Apple tracking to figure out where I was at all times of any day. So she would always make sure I am where I said I was. But I didn't know this until like a year later. I was very untech savvy at the time. So my friend had to show me. He's like, you could do it in reverse, right? And I was like, what? You could Apple track back? And I was like, okay. So I started doing it back to her, and she didn't know I could or didn't know I knew how. I was always where I was said I was.
Oh dear, where was she? Was she in places that she shouldn't have been? Was she way
Oh, it was great.
yeah.
How I finally caught her was she was in a housing complex that had a dead end.
Okay.
And I messaged her and I said, "Oh yeah, by the way, I just thought I should let you know I went to my friend's house today. We're at blah," and I gave her the address that was directly across the street.
Oh God. Oh God. What did she say?
She tried. I didn't get a message back until I was like, "Oh, by the way, I was looking out the window and I saw your truck, or at least I thought it was your truck."
It might not have been. I would
It
have
was
been.
totally. It was no. It was totally. It was. It was awesome. It was. It was just one of those moments where I was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I found out how to use the Apple tracking."
You know something?
Like I
I
know
think
you've been
that
doing.
it shows what a kind of guy you actually are, mate. I think that if anybody that's supposed to love and trust me, and I'm supposed to love and trust back, was doing that behind my back, Local Bottom says that it's messed up. I agree with Local. Totally. It's kind of fucking messed up that your wife did that. It's in the past, okay? And it goes back to what I was saying before. It's kind of forgive and forget sort of thing. You learn from that. Okay, it's not like she's doing cyberbullying or causing people pain or standing on small animals' backs and stuff like that. She's not doing stuff like that. But that was your wife. If my wife was doing that to me, okay, I'd want to know. And I say, look, yeah, fine. You can track me. If you want to know where I am, just phone me. I'm not going to lie to you. It's like when this is a deeply personal thing. Okay, I got asked, do I want to have some sort of marital contract with my wife? This is my wife asked me this before we got married, and I said no. And some people thought you're a bit crazy not to do that. I says, well, why? I'm a bit old fashioned. I kind of believe in trust and love, and what the fuck's she going to take from me anyway? My collection of Encyclopedia Britannicas and my other 3 children. She's fucking welcome to the lot. That she can. The kids just heard that, by the way. But yeah, I agree with it. Betrayal is causing people pain. I agree with that completely. That's the thing that gets me. You can forgive now because it's in the past. You're no longer with her, Cognac. Okay. There's a whole part of my life as well, which is well and truly in the past, which I can look back on and say I don't have a problem with. There's some things which I still do have a problem with that I'm kind of dealing with. All right. But let's just say just now that if my wife was to be tracking me presently, I'd like to know about it. And if she said to me, do you mind, for security reasons or for my own confidence about life in general, do you mind if I know where you are on your phone? I'd be like, yeah, that's cool, because it's her. It's not like she's going to use it for anything else, And I would say to her, can I do it back to you? And if she said no, then I would have a problem with her doing it to me, because it's what's good for the goose is good for the gander, if you know what I mean. Okay,
Yes.
so wow, but I agree, Local, you're right. Betrayal is causing people pain, and betrayal. I think betrayal and lies. I'm a very simple guy. Okay, I might be a bit chatty and have like ridiculous opinions about things, but if you boil me down, what you see is what you get. Right? I've got some deep opinions about stuff. I'm quite creative, flamboyant. I like to write poetry. I love cooking. I love my family. But you move all that to the side, and my values are very simple. It's love, respect, and fun. That is me in a nutshell. I love my family. I love my environment. I love my little world. Okay? And you guys are an extension of my little world. All right, you, Cognac, everybody that's watching, and as the community grows, I'll get to know everybody a bit better. The respect part comes from how I treat people, how I want to be treated, how I'm raising my kids. And the respect is not just the interactions with people, it's the ability to take my dirty clothes and put them in the wash basket as opposed to leaving them on the floor, to make sure I flush the toilet. That's respecting other people as well as the toilet itself, all right, and the household. I respect, I get the kids to help with the housework as well, but it's about that. And as long as you have love and respect, everything else is fun, that's how I live. That's how I live my life. And
Nothing to hide, no stress. It's a version of relieving stress is to have nothing to hide. It's actually a really good quality. It's cool that you have that quality, just to let you know. It's a
it's
a
kind of
hard
easy.
thing.
It's
It's the no shame in your game, bro.
it's like I don't want conflict in my life. I get enough conflict
Yeah.
when I get about newspapers and what Boris Johnson's doing, the lack of fucking PPE. Local bottoms just said, "Oh, Mo, I'm sure they all love you just as much as you love them." They do. They're good kids. They are. They're great kids. And Barry was saying I think he was having a go at his wife there just now. Hold on. My wife would only do that to make sure I don't buy a 12th guitar. He's like this. He's going to buy a 12th guitar. You know that he is. Why don't you get a mandolin, Barry, or a banjo? Because then you can say that. Well, I never.
Oh, chicken picking's fun.
Yeah, I've got a mandolin. I've got 4 mandolins on the wall behind me over here. I like the mandolin. It's not that I can play it very well. My God, we have rambled on. I am so sorry. Do you want me to just continue rambling on? I shouldn't really, because the kids, they're all camping out again. Look, I'll show you. Look, we have Alia on the sofa. There's Paxton down there. And yeah, no, it's okay. There's Ruin hiding in the darkness. It's okay. You can say hi to Cognac at the end of the stream when nobody else is on, all right? I just had to do that just now. My son just went, "Oh, bro, what are you doing, Dad? I'm sitting down here on the floor with my top off, beat all taps off." You know, shut up. He's under the covers. He's a good guy. He's watching the stream as well. He's about to say something. Here comes a comment. If you're doing it from Mixer, it won't come up on my screen, bro. Okay? You have to do it from the tube of viewing. Right, listen. I'm not going to ramble on anymore. Let's have a quick look at the... No, it won't come up on my... Mixer doesn't... It only comes up on my phone. That's why I've got Mixer on there. Let's have a quick look at anything else that's saying... It's something to talk to the other person about it and they agree. Yes, absolutely. Hold on. Who's that? Enrico Gomes. Who's Enrico Gomes? Yo, where's Paxton?
No, that's awesome. That would mean see when you get to ask a question like that, it's a
that Enrico Gomes is a friend of my son's. Hey Enrico. How's it hanging, brother? Hope you're cool. Are you good? Are you playing games tonight? He plays FIFA. Oh, I'm not interested. Fucking FIFA. Sorry, it's like I have an equilibrium shouting, "Hi kids." This is our Irish friend. She says, "Hiya." Okay, you're not coming on. This is my moment. Okay, you can come in the morning
FIFA!
stream. Okay, Enrico, pleased to meet you, young sir. All right, I hope Gnomes, yeah, gnomes. What is that? Is it Gomes? I thought it was gnomes. Hold on, Specsavers. I need glasses. I can't.
You'll be talking about the little gnomes.
Sorry, Enrico. Is it Gomez? Is it Gomez? Listen, Enrico, I apologize if I'm saying your surname incorrectly, brother, if that is your surname. Okay, my surname is ridiculous to pronounce, as you well know, all right, because you know my son. But let's just say thank you for joining the stream tonight. I really, really appreciate it, without a doubt. It's been well worth it. Right, and there's Mark Dalton in the house as well.
Mark as well.
Mark, I miss you, brother. Mark's another one of my son's friends. Yeah, he's there. Look. Mark Dalton. He's shouting Rico. Rico! Sorry. Money Ivy. What does that mean?
That's the clan that we were spamming in Discord.
That was the clan you were spamming in Discord. Are you telling me that you're a cyberbully?
No.
I'm going to sit down and have a talk with you, young man. I'm only joking. Young men, it's a pleasure to have you here. If I'd known you were on, I would have probably sworn a shitload more tonight. Okay? To be perfectly honest. Give us a little follow, gentlemen. Tell your friends as well to come and follow me. The goal is in the next 6 weeks to try and get a lot more subscribers on YouTube. So just tell your friends. Tell them to come and subscribe to my nonsense. We're moving to different programs. I'm not going to speak anymore about anything else. We've rambled on far too long. I only usually do an hour's worth of content and show stuff. There's my son, Amon the Ivy Mark. This isn't a playground for you guys to be spamming each other. All right, just so you know. Fucking hell, Unbelievable. Right, listen, tomorrow morning we're back on at 9:20 for morning coffee, the newspapers, and tomorrow I'm going to be making blueberry porridge as well. Today I made apple, cinnamon and banana porridge. If you want to see that, it should be available on YouTube to watch back just now. It was friggin' delicious. But tomorrow is blueberry porridge, blueberry buttery porridge, would you believe? It's delicious. I've made it once or twice before and it's well worth it. I just need to go and get the blueberries out the freezer now. Will you stop sticking your tongue out at me, Cognac? That was highly distracting. Okay, it really was. Like when you went...
I heard that was at the porridge.
I was at the porridge, yeah. I thought it was
for
at me.
the porridge.
I love you, brother. It's amazing.
It's hard.
Listen,
Food gets me hot, man.
yeah, me too. Wait till you see the video of what I'm creating. It's proper food porn. It's got slow-mos and sort of like time lapses and all sorts of things coming up. I'm going to start editing that tonight, and it's a really simple dish. It's just a bechamel sauce with cheese into, ground beef and onions all mixed together. So you have the beefiness, the seasoning of the cheesiness of the sauce with a pasta. It was tremendous. It was good. And we've just had a new follower on the old Mixer as well. Harvey, thank you so much for following us on Mixer. That's really good of you. We'll be back tomorrow. I think that we will not be on Facebook in the morning. We will stick across to Mixer as well, just for the rants and the bants in the morning. And morning, as you know, I try not to swear. I've got the potty for potty mouth somewhere as well for that. So let me just say thank you, Vertuzo, Mark, thank you, and also Rico. These are my boys' friends. They're welcome here anytime at all. They're grown up enough to appreciate the colourful language of an adult swearing his bonds off. Local, Shady, Equilibrium, everybody that's joined us tonight. Barry, as usual, we friggin' love you all, guys. It's always a pleasure to have you here with my little ramblings. And Cognac, my true beastly friend of a co-host. Thank you for joining us again tonight. It's always a pleasure to have you.
Really that beastly?
No, beastly in a positive
you're right.
way.
You're right.
Have you watched that new the actual correct video yet? Have you watched the proper King Arthur movie yet?
I have not. So I'm gonna have to track it down because that's weird that I didn't know your guys' Netflix could have movies that are a little more updated already compared to us. But I found out it's like that on there's a lot of movies and stuff that come out on that side of the world that don't hit us yet. I'm still waiting on them. Yeah. That means I'm gonna have to use ABC 123. It's a rough one to use, but people might actually, if you can figure it out, people, it's an unpirating type of site that still works similar. But you deal with pop-ups. You just have to deal with them right, and you only deal with them one time. But it's King Arthur 2017.
Yeah, it was.
It's a 2017 one.
If you go into the Discord and look for the trailer, all right, in the Watch Party Weekend channel, you'll see it there. Incidentally, anybody that's watching, so come and join the Discord, www.radioapocalypse.live/Discord, and you can come and join the crazy ass community of creative thinkers and weirdos like me. It's well worth it. If you're on Mixer, Harvey, if you are watching still just now, I don't know if you are, come and join us as well on our lovely little Discord channel. I'd love to meet you. And listen, Local, you do a lot of good sort of like gathering of people to do likes and things. If you're on Instagram or anything like that, or any other social media that you can drop me a message in, radio_apocalypse on Instagram. Drop me a DM if you want to do any sort of official sort of community sort of like gathering of people, just what you're doing just now. You can always do, you don't have to, but if you want to, you can do it. In fact, anybody that's here just now, go for it. Yes, the Discord is in the description, but it might have a different header now. I don't think I've updated my notes, Pac-Man, for that. But in fact, listen, we'll just do www.radioapocalypse.live/Discord. Now, just so you know, boys, if you're still watching it, is that how it's spelled? Apocalypse? Yeah. Virtuoso has got his own special section for gaming, which it's kind of like a safe environment as well, where only the admins can see what's going on there. So you're not going to have any grown-ups coming in and causing problems there whatsoever. You followed me on Twitter. You're getting there. Thank you, Local Bottom. I'll have to find you to make sure. Which one? Was it the Mojax Happy one you followed me on? Or the Radio Apocalypse one? I've got a couple there. No, I'm on the Ivy in the Discord. Would you stop it? Stop spamming. Spamming my freaking... It's not like a raw meat fest for you, young man. Okay. It's funny. Yeah, no, Adam can do it. Adam can spam. He's the only one that's allowed to give me raw meat. Okay. Okay, right. Okay, I'm not going to ramble anymore. I've just spent the last 5 minutes rambling. Tomorrow morning, we're back at 9:20 with the papers, porridge, coffee, looking out the window, maybe even... Did I tell you? You were there when I dropped my phone out the window, weren't you, Cockney?
That looks so cool. I can't believe I can't believe your phone came out unscathed.
It was cool.
So, to be honest, like, when it happened, the first thing that went through my head was... Actually, I didn't know what to think. I didn't know whether you fell out the window or it's just the phone fell out the window. But when you caught it and slow-mo'd it,
I'm going to slow-mo.
I can't wait to see. That's what I want to see. I want to see that image. Because it looks like it flips. That thing looks like it flips a couple times. You might be able to catch some good little...
If there's enough frames for it all, like what I want to do is I'm going to stick it through something and make it 4K, upgrade it to 4K if I can. That gives me more frames per second to play with. All right, whether it'll work, I don't know. And then what I'll do is I will slow it right down. So when it faces up the way, I'll try and zoom in on myself in the window and then have it go back again, but I'm going to have like a proper sort of like thing. I want to do the other 2 bits of content first though, which will be fun. Listen, stop making me ramble, Cognac. I will stay here all night speaking shit. You know that. And I know that you like that. Right. There we go. Local, you're following the Mojax Happy account. Thank you so much. I will find you on there. Local Bottom says, hydrate, wash hands, and is that socialize? Yeah. Or social distance. Sorry, I'm only joking. I know I said social distance. Just let's all behave ourselves. Let's all be grown-ups. Love you guys. Thank you for tonight. I've had a lot of fun. Cognac, you stay in the green room. I'm going to take you from the stream just now. I'll be right back with you. Thank you, Cognac, for being there again. Listen, it's been fun tonight. An hour and 20 minutes of me talking shit and having fun with it all. Let me say goodbye just now and pop on my amazing little outro with the music, and we will see you all in the morning. Okay, you take care. Be safe. Look at this old geezer. This is the Captain Boy, the Captanos, that is 99 years old and was raising money for the NHS. And what did he do? He raised 20 million and he fucked off to Vegas for a night of hooring and some cocaine in some crazy ass hotel. That's what we've been told. And he survived it and he still raised money.